Hello, my beautiful friend. I want you to know that you are exactly where you need to be right now, reading these words, opening your heart to the possibility of miracles in your life. There's something so sacred about this moment we're sharing together, and I feel such deep gratitude that you've chosen to be here with me tonight. You know, throughout my years of working with people all around the world, I've learned that the most profound transformations often begin in the quietest moments, in those tender spaces between one day ending and another beginning. Tonight, we're going to explore something truly magical together: the incredible power of connecting with the divine through prayer just before you drift off to sleep. This isn't just another spiritual practice or technique. This is about tapping into one of the most powerful times in your entire day, when your mind naturally becomes still and your heart opens wide to receive all the love and miracles that are waiting for you. You might be wondering why bedtime is so special, why this particular time holds such extraordinary potential for transformation and healing. Well, my dear, think about what happens as you prepare for sleep. Your busy mind begins to slow down, the worries and concerns of the day start to fade, and you naturally enter a state of surrender. This is no accident. This is divine design. Your entire being is naturally preparing to let go, to release control, and to trust in something greater than yourself. When we pray before sleep, we're working with the natural rhythm of our souls. We're not fighting against our human nature, we're flowing with it. The beautiful thing about this sacred time is that you don't have to force anything or try so hard to make things happen. You simply need to open your heart, speak your truth, and allow the universe to work its magic while you rest. I've seen countless people transform their entire lives through this simple yet profound practice. People who felt stuck, lost, or hopeless discovered that miracles were not only possible, but were actually waiting for them all along. The secret wasn't in complicated rituals or perfect words. It was in showing up with an open heart, night after night, trusting that their prayers were heard and that love was already working on their behalf. What makes this practice so beautiful is its simplicity. You don't need special training, expensive tools, or years of study. You just need your willingness, your heart, and your voice. Whether you're completely new to prayer or you've been speaking to the divine for years, this gentle approach will meet you exactly where you are and guide you deeper into the experience of miraculous living. As we journey together tonight, I want you to feel completely safe and supported. There's no judgment here, no right or wrong way to do this. Your heart knows exactly how to pray, even if your mind thinks it doesn't. We're simply going to rediscover what your soul already knows about connecting with the infinite love that surrounds you always. Now let me share with you something absolutely fascinating about what happens to your mind and spirit as you prepare for sleep. Science has given us beautiful insights into why this time is so incredibly powerful for spiritual connection and manifestation. Your brain naturally shifts into different states throughout the day, and as bedtime approaches, something truly remarkable occurs. During those precious moments before sleep, your conscious mind, the part that's always thinking, analyzing, and sometimes worrying, begins to step back. It's like a gentle guard who's been watching the gates of your mind all day finally decides to rest. As this happens, your subconscious mind, which is infinitely more powerful and receptive, comes forward to receive whatever you choose to plant there. This subconscious mind of yours is like the most fertile garden soil you can imagine. Whatever seeds you plant there, whether they're thoughts of love, gratitude, hope, or specific prayers for miracles, will be tended and nurtured while you sleep. Your subconscious doesn't judge or question. It simply accepts what you give it and begins working immediately to bring those thoughts into your reality. Think about it this way. All day long, your conscious mind is busy processing thousands of pieces of information, making decisions, solving problems, and often getting caught up in worry or stress. But when you pray before sleep, you're bypassing all that mental chatter and speaking directly to the part of your mind that's connected to infinite possibility. You're programming your inner computer, so to speak, with the highest and most loving thoughts possible. Throughout history, spiritual traditions around the world have recognized this special time. Ancient wisdom keepers understood that the bridge between wakefulness and sleep is actually a bridge between the physical world and the spiritual realm. In those quiet moments, the veil between dimensions becomes thin, and our prayers can travel more easily to the heart of the universe. When you pray before sleep, you're also working with the natural cycle of release and renewal that happens every single night. Just as your body releases the physical tensions of the day, your spirit can release the emotional and mental burdens you've been carrying. This creates space, beautiful, open space, for miracles to enter your life. Your prayer becomes like a letter to the universe, written in the language of the heart and delivered while you sleep. While your body rests and repairs itself, your spirit continues the conversation with divine love. This is why so many people wake up with new insights, sudden solutions to problems, or a deep sense of peace they couldn't find the day before. The universe has been working on their behalf all night long. The most beautiful part is that you don't have to stay awake to supervise this process. You can completely let go, trusting that your prayer has been received and that love is already responding. This act of surrender, this willingness to pray and then release, is actually one of the most powerful spiritual practices you can develop. When I talk about miracles, I want you to understand that we're not discussing something that only happens to special people or in extraordinary circumstances. Miracles are actually the most natural thing in the world. They're simply love expressing itself in our lives in ways that bring healing, joy, and positive change. So many people think of miracles as dramatic, impossible events that defy all logic and reason. While those kinds of miracles certainly do happen, the truth is that miracles are occurring around us and within us every single day. A miracle is any shift from fear to love, any healing that takes place in your body or heart, any moment when you suddenly see a situation with new eyes and find peace where there was once pain. A miracle might be waking up one morning and feeling genuinely happy for the first time in months. It could be receiving an unexpected phone call that opens a door you thought was permanently closed. It might be finding the strength to forgive someone who hurt you, or discovering that you have the courage to make a change you've been afraid to make for years. These are all expressions of divine love working in your life. Miracles are also those moments when perfect timing brings exactly what you need into your experience. When you've been struggling with a problem and suddenly the perfect solution appears, or when you need comfort and a friend calls at just the right moment, these are not coincidences. These are miracles, and they happen because you live in a universe that is constantly conspiring to support your highest good. What I've learned over the years is that miracles are not rewards for being good enough or spiritual enough. They're not prizes that you have to earn through perfect behavior or endless suffering. Miracles are simply expressions of the love that is your birthright. They flow naturally when you align yourself with love instead of fear, when you open your heart instead of closing it, and when you trust instead of trying to control everything. The beautiful thing about praying for miracles before sleep is that you're creating the perfect conditions for love to work in your life. When you release your day with gratitude, forgive yourself and others, and open your heart to divine possibility, you're removing the barriers that might block miracles from reaching you. You're saying yes to love in the most powerful way possible. Your willingness to believe in miracles is actually part of what allows them to manifest. Not because you have to force yourself to believe in things that seem impossible, but because when you believe in miracles, you're really believing in love. And love is the most powerful force in the universe. It can heal what seems broken, open what seems closed, and create what seems impossible. When you pray before sleep with the expectation of miracles, you're not being naive or unrealistic. You're being wise. You're working with the laws of the universe that say love always wins, healing is always possible, and every problem contains within it the seeds of its own solution. You're aligning yourself with the truth that you are deeply loved and supported, and that this love wants to express itself through your life in beautiful and miraculous ways. Now that you understand the incredible potential that lies within this sacred practice, let's talk about how to prepare yourself and your space for this beautiful nightly ritual. Creating the right environment for your miracle prayers isn't about having the perfect bedroom or expensive accessories. It's about cultivating an atmosphere of love, peace, and sacred intention. Your bedroom, wherever it may be, can become a sanctuary of healing and transformation. Start by looking around your sleeping space with new eyes. What do you see? Are there items that bring you joy and peace, or are there things that remind you of stress and worry? You have the power to transform this space into a haven where miracles feel welcome and natural. Begin by clearing away anything that doesn't serve your highest good. This might mean removing work papers from your nightstand, putting away that pile of bills you've been meaning to organize, or simply tidying up so that your space feels calm and serene. When your environment is peaceful, your mind can more easily find peace as well. Consider bringing in elements that speak to your soul. This could be a small plant that represents life and growth, a meaningful photograph that makes you smile, or perhaps a candle that you light only during your prayer time. These simple touches help signal to your mind and heart that this space is special, that this time is sacred. The lighting in your space matters too. Harsh, bright lights can keep your mind in daytime mode, while soft, gentle lighting helps your entire being understand that it's time to slow down and connect with something deeper. If you enjoy candlelight, let that flickering flame remind you of the eternal light within your own heart. If you prefer a simple lamp, choose something that creates a warm, nurturing glow. As you prepare your physical space, you're also preparing your inner space. This is where the beautiful practice of releasing your day begins. Just as you might wash your hands and face before bed, you can also wash your spirit clean of anything that doesn't serve you. This isn't about judging your day or feeling guilty about mistakes. It's about gently letting go so that you can receive all the good that wants to come to you. Take a few moments to reflect on your day with compassion and gratitude. What went well? What brought you joy, even if it was something small? Allow yourself to feel genuine appreciation for the positive moments, no matter how brief they might have been. This gratitude becomes like a magnet, attracting more beautiful experiences into your life. If challenging things happened during your day, approach them with the same gentleness you would offer a dear friend. Acknowledge what was difficult without getting lost in the story or drama of it. You might say to yourself, "Yes, that was hard, and I did the best I could with what I knew at the time." Then, consciously choose to release those experiences, knowing that tomorrow brings fresh opportunities for joy and peace. Forgiveness becomes especially important in these moments before sleep. This doesn't mean you have to pretend that hurtful things didn't happen or that you should immediately feel grateful for difficult experiences. Forgiveness simply means that you're willing to stop carrying the weight of resentment and anger into your sleep and dreams. Start with forgiving yourself. Often, we're our own harshest critics, replaying mistakes and missed opportunities in our minds. But tonight, you can choose to speak to yourself with love. You can acknowledge that you're learning and growing, that every experience is teaching you something valuable, and that you deserve compassion, especially from yourself. If someone else's actions caused you pain today, you might find it helpful to work with forgiveness in a gentle way. You don't have to feel loving toward someone who hurt you, but you can be willing to release the grip that their actions have on your heart. You might say, "I'm willing to forgive for my own peace. I choose to free myself from carrying this pain." Your breath is one of the most powerful tools you have for opening your heart and connecting with divine love. It's always available to you, costs nothing, and works immediately to shift your energy from stress to peace. As you prepare for your miracle prayer, allow your breathing to become your bridge between the busy world of the day and the sacred space of the night. Begin by simply noticing your breath without trying to change it. Feel the natural rhythm of inhaling and exhaling, and allow this simple awareness to bring you into the present moment. With each breath, you're not just taking in oxygen, you're taking in life force, divine energy, the very breath of the universe itself. Now gently begin to deepen your breathing. Breathe in slowly and fully, allowing your belly to expand as well as your chest. As you inhale, think about drawing in peace, love, and all the good things you want to experience. As you exhale, release any tension, worry, or heaviness you've been carrying. Let each out-breath be a gift to yourself, the gift of letting go. With this beautiful foundation in place, you're ready to learn the actual prayer practice that can transform your nights and ultimately your entire life. The foundation prayer for miracles isn't a rigid set of words that you must memorize perfectly. Instead, it's a loving conversation with the divine that flows from your heart and speaks your truth in the most authentic way possible. The most powerful prayers are those that come from genuine feeling rather than perfect words. When you speak to the universe from your heart, using your own words and expressing your real feelings, you create a connection that no memorized prayer could ever match. However, having a structure can be helpful, especially when you're beginning this practice. Start your prayer by acknowledging the presence of divine love in your life. You might say something like, "Divine love, I feel you with me now. I know that you are always present, always listening, always ready to help me experience the miracles that are my birthright." This isn't about believing in any particular religious tradition. It's about connecting with the loving intelligence that underlies all of life. Express your gratitude for the day you've just experienced, even if it was challenging. Thank you for this day and all its lessons. Thank you for my life, my breath, my ability to learn and grow. Thank you for bringing me to this moment where I can connect with you so deeply. Gratitude opens your heart like a flower opening to the sun, making you receptive to all the good things that want to flow into your experience. Share your hopes and dreams with the universe as you would with the most loving friend imaginable. I open my heart to receive miracles in every area of my life. I pray for healing where there has been pain, for abundance where there has been lack, for love where there has been loneliness. I know that you want the very best for me, and I'm ready to receive it. Ask for guidance and wisdom to recognize the miracles when they appear. Help me to see with eyes of love. Help me to recognize the miracles that are already present in my life and to be open to the new ones that are coming. Give me the wisdom to know the difference between what I can change and what I need to release, and the courage to take action when you guide me. Surrender your worries and concerns, knowing that you don't have to solve everything yourself. I release all my fears and worries to you now. I don't have to figure everything out or control every outcome. I trust that you are working on my behalf in ways that I might not even understand. I surrender to your love and wisdom. The key to powerful prayer is speaking with trust and surrender rather than desperation or demand. When you pray from a place of trust, you're acknowledging that the universe is already working for your highest good. When you surrender, you're releasing the need to control exactly how your miracles will manifest, allowing divine wisdom to bring you what you need in the perfect way and timing. You can personalize this foundation prayer by including specific areas where you're seeking miracles. If you're hoping for healing in your body, speak to that directly. If you're seeking a loving relationship, include that in your prayer. If you need a solution to a financial challenge, ask for guidance and support in that area. The universe wants to help you with every aspect of your life, so don't hold back from sharing what's truly in your heart. As you deepen into this practice night after night, you'll find that your prayers become more natural and flowing. You'll develop your own rhythm and your own way of expressing what's in your heart. This is exactly how it should be. Your prayer practice should feel like coming home to yourself and to the love that created you. Once you've spoken your prayer, it's time to deepen your connection with the divine through the beautiful practice of visualization and feeling. This isn't about creating elaborate mental movies or forcing yourself to see things that don't feel natural. Instead, it's about opening your heart to feel the energy of miracles and love that are already present in your life. Close your eyes gently and allow yourself to feel surrounded by infinite love. This love might feel like warm light surrounding your body, or like gentle arms holding you safely, or simply like a deep sense of peace filling your heart. There's no right or wrong way to experience this. Trust whatever feels true for you in this moment. Allow yourself to feel what it would be like if the miracles you've prayed for were already beginning to manifest in your life. Not with strain or effort, but with the gentle joy of knowing that good things are on their way to you. If you've prayed for healing, feel what it's like to have energy flowing freely through your body. If you've asked for abundance, feel the security and freedom that comes with having your needs met. If you've requested love, feel your heart opening to give and receive love in beautiful ways. This isn't about pretending that problems don't exist or trying to convince yourself that everything is already perfect. It's about connecting with the truth that love is working in your life right now, even if you can't see all the evidence yet. It's about feeling grateful not just for what you have, but for what you know is coming. As you rest in this feeling of connection and possibility, allow yourself to sense the vast intelligence and love that surrounds you always. You are not alone in this universe. You are held, supported, and cherished beyond measure. Every prayer you speak is heard. Every tear you shed is seen. Every hope you hold is honored. Feel yourself as part of something infinitely larger and more loving than you could ever understand with your mind alone. You are a unique and precious expression of divine love here on earth to experience joy, growth, and the incredible satisfaction of helping love express itself through your life. This feeling of connection is what will carry you into sleep and dreams. This sense of being loved and supported will work in your consciousness all night long, preparing the way for miracles to manifest in your waking life. Trust this process completely, knowing that your willingness to connect with love in this way is already changing everything for the better. The beautiful thing about this nightly prayer practice is that it becomes even more powerful as you make it a consistent part of your life. But I want you to know that creating this sacred ritual doesn't mean you have to be perfect or never miss a night. Life happens, and sometimes you'll fall asleep before you remember to pray, or you'll be staying somewhere unfamiliar, or you'll simply be too exhausted to do anything but collapse into bed. This is perfectly normal and absolutely okay. What matters most is your intention and your willingness to return to this practice whenever you can. Think of it like tending a garden. Some days you'll water every plant lovingly, and other days you might just walk through and appreciate what's growing. Both are valuable, and both contribute to the overall health and beauty of your garden. When you first begin this practice, you might feel excited and motivated to pray every single night without fail. This enthusiasm is wonderful, but please be gentle with yourself if that intensity naturally softens over time. True spiritual practice isn't about forcing yourself to be perfect. It's about showing up with love whenever you can and trusting that even your smallest efforts create positive change. If you find yourself traveling or sleeping in unfamiliar places, remember that you carry your ability to connect with the divine wherever you go. Your heart is your most portable sanctuary, and you can create sacred space anywhere simply by turning your attention inward and opening to love. Whether you're in a hotel room, staying with family, or even sleeping under the stars, the universe recognizes your sincere intention to connect. Some nights, your prayers might feel deeply moving and powerful, while other nights they might feel routine or even mechanical. Both experiences are perfectly valid. Just as you don't expect to feel the same way physically every single day, your spiritual experience will also have its natural rhythms and variations. What's important is that you keep showing up, trusting that love is working through your practice, even when you can't feel it strongly. As you continue this practice over weeks and months, you might find that your prayers naturally evolve and deepen. You might discover new ways of expressing what's in your heart, or find that certain phrases or images become especially meaningful to you. This is your practice becoming truly your own, and it's a beautiful sign that you're developing a genuine relationship with the divine, rather than just following someone else's formula. There may be times when life feels particularly challenging, and you find yourself praying with more urgency or emotion than usual. These are often the times when this practice becomes most precious. When you're going through difficult periods, your nighttime prayers can become an anchor of hope and peace in the midst of the storm. Don't worry about praying perfectly during these times. Just pour your heart out honestly and trust that you're being heard with infinite compassion. You might also find that this practice naturally extends into other parts of your day. You may catch yourself offering little prayers of gratitude when something good happens, or turning to prayer for guidance when you're facing a decision. This is a wonderful sign that your relationship with the divine is becoming more integrated into your daily life. As your prayer practice matures, you might want to keep a small journal by your bed where you can jot down any insights, dreams, or synchronicities that seem connected to your nighttime prayers. This isn't a requirement, but many people find it helpful to track the ways that miracles begin showing up in their lives. Sometimes the connections between our prayers and their manifestations are subtle, and writing them down helps us recognize the beautiful ways that love responds to our requests. One of the most wonderful aspects of developing a consistent prayer practice is learning to recognize when miracles are actually happening in your life. So often, we expect miracles to look a certain way or arrive with great fanfare, but the truth is that most miracles are gentle, natural, and perfectly timed to blend seamlessly into our experience. A miracle might be the gradual healing of an old emotional wound that you've carried for years. You might wake up one morning and realize that something that used to trigger pain or anger simply doesn't affect you the same way anymore. This kind of healing miracle happens so naturally that you might almost miss it, but it represents a profound shift in your inner landscape. Miracles often appear as unexpected opportunities that seem to arise from nowhere. That job opening that perfectly matches your skills, the chance encounter with someone who becomes a dear friend, the book that falls off the shelf at exactly the moment you need its message. These are all examples of the universe orchestrating events for your benefit in response to your prayers. Sometimes miracles manifest as increased clarity and wisdom about situations that once seemed confusing or overwhelming. You might find yourself knowing exactly what to say in a difficult conversation, or suddenly seeing a solution to a problem that had puzzled you for months. This inner knowing is divine guidance expressing itself through your own consciousness. Pay attention to the small synchronicities that begin appearing in your life. These might be repeated number sequences, meaningful songs that play at just the right moment, or conversations that seem to address exactly what you've been praying about. While these might seem like mere coincidences to others, those who pray regularly learn to recognize them as love's way of saying, "I hear you, and I'm working on your behalf." Physical healing miracles can be dramatic, but they're often subtle and gradual. You might notice that you have more energy than you've had in months, that an old pain has diminished without you really noticing when it happened, or that you're sleeping better and feeling more rested. These improvements in your physical well-being are often direct responses to your prayers for healing and wholeness. Relationship miracles are particularly beautiful to witness. You might find that difficult relationships in your life begin to shift and soften. People who used to irritate you somehow become more tolerable, or family dynamics that have been challenging for years start to improve. Sometimes these changes happen because others actually change their behavior, and sometimes they happen because your own energy shifts and you respond differently to the same situations. Financial miracles can appear as unexpected income, but they're just as likely to manifest as decreased expenses, wise investment decisions, or simply a growing sense of security and abundance regardless of your bank account balance. The universe is endlessly creative in finding ways to support your prosperity and well-being. One of the most important things to remember about recognizing miracles is that they operate on divine timing, not human scheduling. What might seem like a delayed answer to your prayers could actually be perfect timing, working in ways you can't yet understand. Trust that the universe can see the bigger picture of your life and knows exactly when and how to deliver what you need. Keep your heart open to miracles arriving in forms you didn't expect. Sometimes what we think we want isn't actually what would serve our highest good, and the universe has something even better in mind. Stay flexible and curious about how love might choose to express itself in your life. I know that as you begin or deepen this practice of nightly prayer, questions and concerns might arise in your mind. This is completely natural and nothing to worry about. In fact, these questions often indicate that you're taking this practice seriously and wanting to do it in the most loving and effective way possible. One concern that many people have is whether they're praying correctly or using the right words. Please release this worry completely. There is no wrong way to pray from your heart. The divine doesn't grade your prayers or judge your language. What matters is your sincerity, your willingness to connect, and your openness to receive love. Whether you use traditional religious language, speak in everyday words, or even just feel your prayers without speaking them aloud, you are communicating perfectly. Sometimes people worry that they're being selfish by asking for specific things in their prayers. This concern comes from a misunderstanding about the nature of divine love. You are not being selfish when you ask for healing, abundance, love, or guidance. You are being honest about your human needs and trusting that the universe wants to support you. A loving parent wants their children to ask for help when they need it, and divine love is infinitely more caring than any human parent could ever be. Another common concern is what to do when prayers seem to go unanswered. When you've been praying for something specific and it hasn't manifested in the way you expected, it's natural to feel disappointed or even to question whether this practice really works. During these times, try to remember that prayer is not about demanding specific outcomes from the universe. It's about aligning yourself with love and trusting divine wisdom to bring you what you truly need. Sometimes what we think we want isn't what would actually make us happy or serve our growth. The universe can see aspects of our situation that we can't, and what might feel like an unanswered prayer could actually be divine protection or redirection towards something better. Stay open to the possibility that your prayers are being answered in ways you haven't recognized yet. If you find yourself feeling impatient with the timing of manifestations, practice cultivating grateful expectation rather than anxious waiting. Grateful expectation means that you trust good things are coming while also appreciating what you have right now. This energy of trust and gratitude actually speeds up the manifestation process, while anxiety and impatience can create resistance. Some people worry about praying when they're going through particularly dark or difficult times, feeling like they're not spiritual enough or positive enough to deserve answers to their prayers. This couldn't be further from the truth. Your worthiness is not based on your circumstances or your emotional state. It's based on the simple fact that you exist and are loved. Often, our most powerful prayers arise from our deepest struggles, and these prayers are heard with extra compassion. If you sometimes feel like you're just going through the motions or that your prayers don't feel sincere, don't judge yourself harshly. Everyone experiences times when spiritual practice feels dry or mechanical. Continue showing up anyway, trusting that your willingness to pray even when you don't feel inspired is actually a beautiful act of faith. Often, the most powerful spiritual growth happens during these seemingly ordinary times. Remember that doubt is not the opposite of faith. It's often a sign that your faith is growing and deepening. When you question, explore, and seek to understand more deeply, you're actually strengthening your relationship with the divine rather than weakening it. As we come to the close of our time together tonight, I want to offer you a blessing and a final prayer that you can use immediately to begin this beautiful practice. Feel my love and support surrounding you as you step into this new way of connecting with the infinite source of all miracles. Take a deep breath and feel yourself settling into this moment. Know that you are exactly where you need to be, with exactly the understanding you need to begin transforming your nights and your life through the power of prayer. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have all the answers, and you don't need to do anything more than open your heart and trust. Let me offer you these words as a starting point for your own miracle prayers. Divine love, I feel your presence with me now as I prepare for sleep. Thank you for this day and all its blessings, even the challenges that helped me grow. I release any fears, worries, or burdens I've been carrying, trusting you to take care of what I cannot control. I open my heart to receive miracles in every area of my life. Guide me, heal me, and help me recognize the love that surrounds me always. I surrender this night to your care, knowing that you are working on my behalf in ways that serve my highest good. Thank you for loving me so completely. I rest in your love now and always. You can use these words exactly as they are, or let them inspire your own heartfelt conversation with the divine. Remember, the most powerful prayer is the one that flows authentically from your own heart. As you begin this practice tonight, know that you are joining countless others around the world who are also opening their hearts to divine love before sleep. You are part of a beautiful community of souls who believe in miracles, who trust in love, and who are committed to experiencing the highest and best that life has to offer. Every night that you pray, you are not only inviting miracles into your own life, you are also adding your light to the collective healing of our world. Your willingness to connect with love creates ripples of positive energy that extend far beyond what you can imagine. Sweet dreams, my dear friend. May your sleep be peaceful, your dreams be filled with divine inspiration, and your awakening be bright with the promise of miracles already on their way to you. You are so deeply loved, and you deserve every beautiful thing that love wants to give you. Trust in this truth, rest in this love, and wake tomorrow ready to recognize the miracles that are already beginning to bloom in your life. The universe is conspiring in your favor right now, even as you rest. Sleep well, knowing that you are safe, supported, and surrounded by infinite love always. Your miracle-filled life is just beginning, and I am so excited for all the beautiful things that are coming your way. Good night, beautiful soul. Good night.